Hi guys, it's Jason here at Northern Soul Sportswear. So you might have viewed the video we shot this week of our new renovated office space, which kind of shows some of the collection of Lacrosse memorabilia we've acquired over the years. I've been playing 30 years and over that time I've picked up quite a lot of equipment which is now on display here in the store. There's a lot of stuff I wish I'd not given to other people over the years or sold. If I could grab some of that stuff and bring it back into the collection, I'd love to. Maybe you guys can help me, so there might be a few things I'm after that these videos will help us acquire. So you might have noticed some of the vintage plastic sticks we've shown you guys. Well, it's only a very small part of the collection. So I thought I'd shoot some more videos, show you some more of the sticks, and to shoot some smaller videos showcasing certain models of sticks. So in this video, I'm going to show you the STX Excalibur. Now, I think the Excalibur came out in 1985, and this one's actually an original one. So there was actually different generations of the Excalibur, which I don't think many people realise. This one is an original, still with its tag. So you can see there, it's got all the advertising bump on the inside. So I'll read that out to you shortly. Now, a good way of telling different Excaliburs from each other is the throat area. So you'll see this is a very early one here because there's no STX branding. And you might have seen in the video I shot of the store, I mentioned that there's a bridge that sits here. So I would say this is a first generation Excalibur, and the plastic's kind of weird on this too. It's like a really shiny plastic. It's not like the normal kind of matte plastic you'd find. I don't know if you can see that, but the plastic's really shiny. See, the light's just hitting it because it's so shiny, but you can see it here. It's a kind of strange plastic. Now, if you have a look at this Excalibur, this is one we've restrung. I think these are some kind of oiled leathers. I think these might have come from Lacrosse room, where we got quite a lot of our stringing materials from, most of our leathers. So you can see, nice trad pocket on that. But you'll see this one doesn't have the bridge, but it does have the STX stamp. Now, one thing that made the Excalibur a little bit different from the other sticks that have been out on the market until that point was it was the first stick to have an open sidewall. So when I say open sidewall, basically it's got all these gaps. It's got this trestle design. So it made the Excalibur a little bit lighter than some of the other sticks on the market, and this kind of trestle design added a bit of strength. So the Excalibur used to hold up pretty well at the time compared to a lot of other plastic sticks. So I'm just going to read you some of the advertising that is on the inside of this tag. So it says, new from STX, the Excalibur with magical powers. New, the lightest stick ever, aerodynamic design with open sidewalls in a trestle pattern, computer engineered for optimal speed, strength and lightness. New, stiffer, stronger material for increased control and accuracy. New, unique stringing system invented by STX. Advantages include easy pocket adjustment, lock stitching, and protected throw and side strings. So the lock stitching mostly refers to these sidewall areas here, where it's kind of stitched through. It says about protecting the throw strings and side strings. So again, it's recessed off slightly from this bit of the sidewall. New, easy one-step adjustment pocket. Revolutionary stringing system that lets you change the depth of your pocket by simply pulling or releasing the side strings at the bottom knots. Another exciting first brought to you by STX. New octagonal throat and the recognisable STX aerodynamic open middle section for better grip and assured on-track alignment. So octagonal throat, you kind of take that for granted these days. But as you can see, I'll just grab one of these sticks here. So we've got a 73 here, an STX 73. But you'll see at the throat, it's kind of rounded. And this was pretty much the same with all the sticks at the time. All the STX sticks and some of the other early plastic sticks all had rounded throats. So we'll cover that in another video. The last bit in this advertising here, new high-tech handles with exciting new graphics and tough, durable, high-gloss coating. Coating accent and most advanced lacrosse stick in the world today. Wow. So you can imagine having moved from some of the other early plastic sticks and then seeing an Excalibur. It would have been mind-blowing. Now, I've got a couple other interesting Excaliburs here. And of course, most of them you'd seen at the time with leather pocket. So this has still got its factory pocket in. As you can see, I say pocket, there is next to no pocket in this thing. With a tight trad here. But I think of its time, the Excalibur would appeal to a lot of players. Now there's a couple other interesting Excaliburs. I've got loads of Excaliburs in the collection. This is going to sound bad. I must have probably 25, 30 Excaliburs in the collection. But there's a couple of interesting ones here. So there's an England dyed one here. With a mesh pocket in it. And there's another dyed one here. An Australia dyed one. Now, the player's name is actually dyed on this. Well, it's not his name, but his initials. It's KJ, with a little lacrosse stick. And on the back, it's got the number 93. Can you see that? 93, there you go. And he's dyed part of the trestle here. A couple of stripes here. So, if you've any idea who KJ was, who I guess played for the Australian national team, I don't know whether it was in 1993 or perhaps his number was 93. It would be cool to find out who this guy was. So I just found a couple more Excaliburs from the collection, which I thought I'd show you. Another factory trad. So you can clearly see a lot different from this factory trad. But you can also see nobody even bothered to break it in. Look at that. So here's another trad which we've strung in a stick. Another dyed one. The kind of confetti dyed. Now, somebody's boxed this one up a little bit. If you have a look at how pinched this one is compared to that one. So they've obviously pinched this. Now, there was actually a stock box Excalibur, which I'm trying to track down. I don't have one of those in the collection so far, but I'm going to make it my mission to try and find one. So if you know of one out there, then please comment below, or feel free to email us at info@northernsoulsportswear.com. So this Excalibur's got like a nice confetti dye, and players of my era might remember doing this, but it was quite common to use a wider ball stop. So this would have come out of a STX high wall, this ball stop. See, it's a lot different from the ball stop there. But it's a thicker ball stop, and a lot of players would either let it run up there because the high wall ball stop would come all the way up there on the high wall, and just help the ball just sit down behind the ball stop without the ball coming out. And if you're really sneaky, some people used to put two ball stops in there. So yeah, little different, that one. So yeah, if you know of a box Excalibur out there, then hit us up. So I hope you enjoyed the little story of the STX Excaliburs. And if you do collect sticks, just dropping sticks all over the camera stand. But if you do collect sticks, you haven't got an Excalibur in your collection, it's definitely worth trying to find one. So the first open sidewall stick, it's Excalibur. There's something I forgot to tell you about the Excalibur. So the 80s were a really exciting time in terms of design for men's and women's lacrosse. And no, they weren't, they really weren't. Because what they would do with various models was just give it another name, put a women's pocket in it, and you've got a women's line of plastic heads. So, the Excalibur was also the STX Checkmate. Now, these are obviously later Checkmates, and obviously you'll be aware of the ECD DNA Diamond that released recently and was probably available for like all of 5 seconds before it sold out everywhere. I think we had 18 in stock and we'd sold out literally by 2 o'clock of the release day. Now, the Diamond was obviously a clear head. You can see STX had the clear Checkmate. It's hard to find these because it was a different type of plastic, way different from the plastic that ECD are using now. But these things would break very quickly. They were really brittle in cold weather. So they're kind of hard to find. So we've got a clear one. I think I've got maybe 2 or 3 of these clear ones. I've got maybe 3 or 4 of these ones. So you can see in the plastic, they had these kind of sparkles. Now, if I remember rightly, the STX, it was the Sonic in the men's game. The name of it in the women's game escapes me. There was another women's stick that had these sparkles in, which they also did, clear heads in. It'll come back to me in another video. But Brian also used these clear sticks. I think Brian also had some glitter in theirs. And I know that you can find De Beer ones because I've got a clear orange De Beer head. But STX and Brian were not the first people to use clear plastic. There was actually a Patterson stick which was clear plastic too. I do have one in the collection, but not to hand. It's currently winging its way from the States over to the UK. But STX Excalibur and the Checkmate.